It's a men's club.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. With all due respect, it's been a little while. We haven't had a show in a bit, but luckily today we've got a couple of guests that should make this an interesting little ride here. No telling what's going to be said. There's no agenda here, or at least a very loose agenda, because that's how Gentleman Jack likes it. But let me welcome in Gentleman Jack and the Penguin. Fellas, welcome to the show.
How you doing, man?
Yo, how's it going?
Gentleman Jack likes it loose. That's what we've learned so far.
He likes it loose. He looks like that kind of guy. I'm just going to make some assumptions there that that's the kind of guy you are. But let's talk Turmoil, man. It's been a weird couple of weeks. Like, we seem to have like a lot of momentum and everybody was getting along, and then things just kind of took a turn and things have been like really quiet. A couple of weeks ago, maybe this is just news for somebody like me, but a couple of weeks ago we found out that Mr. Gentleman Jack is actually on the booking committee and helping get things lined up here. So just tell me what you guys feel like. What's going on right now? What's the state of Turmoil?
I don't know where the sadness is coming from. That's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. Because, yeah, we've been firing on all cylinders, and then we come in and everybody's just pulling their mopey Eeyore act. I legitimately don't know why everybody's sad. Please, how about you tell us? Why is everyone so sad, Nate?
I have no clue. Leon and I were kind of talking before we were doing the show, and he's kind of pushing me to air out dirty laundry. That's not the kind of guy I am. I'm not trying to air out dirty laundry, but it felt like, for me personally, that some comments that I think I made on the last show, because I haven't, Bray being Bray and doing very Bray stuff, disappeared on me, and no one else wanted to do this show with me because everybody supposedly loved Bray being on the show, which is why I'm glad you guys want to do that, because I love doing this kind of stuff. I love giving content. I love just kind of talking and getting some momentum and throwing stuff out there that's all about Turmoil. So, but I made some comments that upset some people who then gave me the cold shoulder, and it just seemed lame to me. Like, the whole thing just seems lame. B17 said my favorite thing. I made a shirt about it. It should be on the show this week once it comes out. We're playing Barbies with electronic boxes. This is not that serious. Like, the reason I joined here was just the sense of community. Like, I got connected with, of course, B17 early on, and Sophia and Dennis. I've recently got to know Leon better. Jack, you kind of helped. You were here a little bit before me, but you kind of helped bring me in and helped me just make some friends here. And it was fun. And I don't know where all that went haywire. It just seemed like whoever made the decision to start the Turmoil chat, because we had to have our own place that wasn't as, angry all the time, but yet that's what our chat has turned into. So I have no clue what's going on. I guess my question to you guys, what I'd like to know, do you think the rookies, like, having no fresh blood or fresh faces, has anything to do with this?
Do you want me to go?
Go for it, Leon. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
No, it's fine. I'm happy with you elaborating if you want to. I think the problem that we have is, females that are getting hurt all the time, which is what, is like a common thing that people are saying, aren't they? The hoots and stuff. But it's just, you just got to learn to, like, ignore people. Like, whoever's giving you the cold shoulder, who gives a shit? Just don't let it get to you. Like, it's like Dan yesterday, well, Paul Pugh in the chat, he talks a lot of shit. He goes on about, different characters, but he just likes to trigger people. That's what he's looking for, and then you just gotta, like Jay says, you have just literally got to zone people out. I mean, because when you look at Paul Pugh and he spews shit, but he's probably the sort of guy that when you look at it that probably got bullied in school, so you can't talk to someone like that in the real world. So to make himself feel better, he comes on OCW and that's so big and mighty to make him feel better about himself.
I still want to see this picture too. There's supposedly a picture that someone has. I got to see it.
What, of Paul Pugh?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, he used to trigger me, and that's what I mean. And I'm stupid, but at the end of the day, he's a good guy. He just loves to trigger people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but he comes on OCW because it helps. Like, he gets a hard on out of it, and that's what everyone does. Everyone like gets triggered by this guy, and he's just like you just gotta like zone him out. Literally, he's just he just yeah. But you literally, he says some stuff and he is kind of right about things. Like things he was saying about Sid Harrison yesterday, he's right, he is. When me and Jack were playing, Sid Harrison looks like a Kevin Owens, little clone, I suppose, with the attire. But I didn't put a lot of effort into Sid Harrison because I just wanted the character to, use. So, that's what I mean. But then when he talks out, that's why I said yesterday, he talks about people not being entertaining, but he wasn't entertaining for a long time. And that's what I'm not trying to go, oh, let's all shit on Paul Pugh. That's not what this is about. But what I'm trying to get at is, people make pointers, but just take it on the chin. Turmoil does need to harden up. It does. And that's the problem. And that's like people like Kent. Yeah, he shits on Turmoil. But I think what Kent's really trying to do is, I was around when we had the Ambition era, and people used to shit on Ambition, and people give Kent like a hard time. People give me a hard time when I first came through the door. We're not all like, oh, let's pat you on the back. And, at the end of the day, I think what Riot's trying to do is they're trying to like shit on you, so you actually go out there and do something that everyone's just like, well, fucking hell, shit. You look what the Turmoil guys are doing, and that's what you just need to do. You just need to stop listening to these naysayers. Let them talk shit, let them shit on you, but just be you and just have fun with it and just knock it out the water. That's all.
Let me say this. So first, I think Leon, I've gotten to know you a little bit better recently, and you are like super level-headed, and I totally agree. And I want to agree with you. I want to say you're 100% right. People need to chill out. But I'll also say, and this is a compliment, Jack, that Jack craps on people, but he does it in a way where he's just being his character. It's fun. He's just being Jack. You don't really take too much of it serious at all because it's he's Jack, right? He's going to say outlandish things to get people to respond. Whereas some guys, it just seems like we just like crapping on people just for the sake of crapping on people. And that's not good to build a community because who wants to show up and just be crapped on all the time? I don't think anyone's asking for a pat on the back, but at the same time, it's hard to grow new blood when it's not a very inviting community to be a part of. Yes, there's FPR issues and there's people who that whole issue where I can't remember his name, the old boy who went to Hoot Court. There's those kinds of people, but then there's some good people who are really trying, but just seem to be crapped on just for the sake of crapping on. And unless someone like a Jack or a Leon or a B17 takes that person underneath their wing and PMs them and really helps them, then they just don't seem to last here.
One thing I want to bring up, I think in the Turmoil chat, I think everybody's trying to be more along the lines of what I do. Yeah, we're all shitting on each other, but I think it's more playful there. I don't get the vibe that any of it's actually real and that anybody actually hates.
I can agree with that.
I've been thinking that the Turmoil roster's been getting along. That's why I've been so shocked when people are coming up to me mopey. I just haven't seen it.
No, I can't disagree with that. I don't think that anyone's fighting. I don't know.
There is a disconnect though. I mean, I said to Jay a while ago, I mean, I left Discord, but that's not because I don't really give a shit. I just got tired of coming on and it's the same drama all the time by everybody. And it's kind of like, well, you know what? This is killing my phone. I need it for work. So instead of using Discord on my phone, I just left the server and then left Discord. But then I kind of need to be around on Discord because I'm the GM. So that's kind of why I'm on both. But, I need my disconnect from OCW. And that's why I don't there's days where I'll just go, well, I'm not coming on, because GM's it's tough. It's a hard job.
I can't imagine the crap that you two get. It's not easy to do what you guys do. I personally took a break from the Turmoil chat not Turmoil, but Turmoil chat was an accident thing, but from the OCW chat because it was just piss and vinegar all the time. I just couldn't. I was like, this isn't. I don't want to read all that all the time. So I did take a little break from that and then got back in after things seemed to calm down. And to me, things are a whole lot calmer in there. I guess my question to you two is like, where do you feel like right now the state of turmoil is? Are we healthy? Is it good? Is it okay? Is it not healthy? Like, what do you guys think we are right now?
We could be definitely better. I think we're going through a rough patch. Definitely. I mean, you look at the show discussion, and even Riot's beating us in the last couple of weeks. I don't know. Are people getting opportunities? It's Lucian season. I don't know if I think a lot of it comes to people being burnt out. People have not got the passion as much anymore. I mean, we've just lost Parker recently. God bless him, but when he's telling me he's trying, but he's not enjoying it, and I feel like that some days. I mean, probably today, I kind of feel like it's you just have days where it's kind of like OCW should be a hobby, but it's not always a hobby. It's kind of like work, and it's like I come from one job, and then it's like coming to a second job, and it's kind of like no, I need that, and that's why I gotta say I pick my days where I don't come on sometimes, and Jack kind of does the same. We'll just have days where we need a break.
Yeah, we just kind of alternate between who's on
Yeah.
shop.
Well, I mean, I hope things get, I want people to prove the naysayers wrong, because that's the thing. Like, the Hoots have their opinions, and I don't always agree with the Hoots. The Hoots don't always agree with me, but the thing is, we all still get on, though. That's the thing. I mean, like, all the banter besides me and Pew, I don't really dislike anybody. The people that kind of like fuck up, yeah, people make mistakes, but it's just really like annoying. It's just coming into like loads of drama all the time. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what really kills this place. It kills it for Jay as well, because there's people out there saying, "Oh, Jay, he's with the Hoots. He doesn't, give a shit about Turmoil." But you forget that if Jay didn't want Turmoil, he could pull the plug anytime. It was kind of him that when the people said Turmoil wasn't going to last, it did. We got loads of people come through the door, and it was Jay that kind of like. Kept Turmoil going then, because he was like, well, Turmoil's proved a point, so he kind of wants Turmoil to succeed, and that's why we're doing. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but Riot matches are happening on Turmoil now, and Turmoil matches are happening on Riot. And what Jay's trying to do with that is he's trying to bring both shows together, because there is a disconnect. He's kind of getting fed up that people won't watch Riot from Turmoil. People from Turmoil don't watch Riot, people from Riot don't watch Turmoil, yada yada. So, and that's the whole point of us trying to bring both shows together and trying to diverse discussion, because it's not just Turmoil that suffers with discussion, it's Riot as well. Jack, do you want
jump in? Yeah, let me jump in for a second. The other thing, I have to apologize to everyone on the whole Turmoil Riot thing. When everybody was kind of shitting on Turmoil back in the day, I wanted everybody to use it as ammo, to be, hey, it's us against them. Well, it's not us against them anymore. We've kind of gone a little too far with that. We're all in this together to have fun, so I apologize for beating the war drum. We're not really active enemies of Riot. We need to be helping them. They need to be helping us. Going forward, I know who has vacations coming up. I know who has work commitments coming up. Our roster is about to get really, really small after Lucian. We need everybody to be hands-on, helping out.
Yeah.
Kumbaya. We really, really need it right now.
And that's it. And that's what I want. I just want, like, it's not going to happen overnight, but that's what the whole point of Discord, and that's what my argument to Jay was a while back. That's the problem. I mean, it's fine because everyone's got their own cliques. Like, me and Jack do our own thing, the Hoots do their own thing, the Turmoil guys do their own thing. But the point of Discord is bringing all of that together, and to me, it seems to have done the opposite. Everyone just bitches about everybody, and it's kind of like, I mean, I think people have been using the general chat a lot more now. Probably this last week, but it's usually the general chat's dead, and I'm guessing the Hoot chat's probably, people talking there all the time, like people probably would do in the Turmoil.
So, I mean, I guess we all kind of acknowledge that there's something going on. Why though? Like, why have people lost their passion? Why are people not wanting to discuss things? Like, what is the thing that you feel, or maybe it's a line of things that you feel either need to change or could change to make things better?
I've got a couple of ideas. Leon, you have anything, or you want me to jump
I'm
in?
gonna, yeah. I feel like I've been talking a bit, so I'm gonna let you. I think if I talk too much, everyone will be like turning the this thing off after a while. So please go ahead.
A few different things. One, the game just has its issues this year. I mean, everybody has had so many matches split. You're sitting there putting on a great show, and then it just all goes to shit through no fault of any competitor. The game is just, it's eaten some people's souls this year. I've been there firsthand when it happens. You just see the spirit and life drain out of their body as 2K17 screws them over once again. Another thing, I have this argument with Dennis pretty much every day, but I don't think there's a lot for Turmoil guys to fight with for right now because he's got the Turmoil title. He's doing fun things with the Turmoil title. Love what he's doing. He's added a lot of prestige to it, but at the same time, I don't think he's done a damn thing for the TV title. But that's a fun, long discussion we've had many times, and we'll have many, many more times. I would like to have more things for you guys to fight over because you've all had feuds with each other over the past year. Where it's I don't know. It's just time to have a carrot for you guys to fight over. So those are my two top big things. Leon, you got anything else?
No, pretty much what you said, and I think we've already elaborated on like Discord and the purpose of it. But pretty much what you said, that's the reason that I was so I really wanted, future investment to happen because I wanted to give, when everyone's like, oh, we're going to do another tag here, I'm thinking, we've seen that though. It's time to spice things up. It's solution season. Future investment was a big thing back in the day. It was amazing when I won it. So I kind of wanted to give the Turmoil guys a bit of what I got, like when, what I got to be a part of, like back in my early days. And that was the whole point of, bringing future investment to Turmoil.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys mentioned that about Dennis holding both the titles. I personally also agree. I think it's killing the show. There's no carrot. There's nothing to drive for. I've kind of had my moments, of course. I was building a feud with B17, and then Austin Lee got involved in that. And honestly, they were just killing me. Like my game was not up to par with them. And then Bray got involved, and then Bray did what Bray does and disappeared, which is now keeping me out of Lucian. And I gotta be honest, that pissed me off. Like I've been working towards that. I've been doing everything right. I've been building feuds. I've been role playing. Been doing what I felt like was doing. And now, because somebody else's decision, I'm gonna get left off of our biggest show when I really was, even a pre-card. I just want to be on the show. That's kind of the point of why we're all here, is to be on the shows that we produce. So I don't know. I'm interested to see. I do think it hurts us without having a lot of rookies. Like I think guys get tired of beating up on one another and just like keep doing the same.
If any of you guys have friends out there that have any inclination at all of wanting to play a wrestling game, bring them in. We need new blood so badly in the coming months. I can't stress it enough.
And that's where, like Jack said, that's where the game does take a blame, though. I mean, we have got people in, but we can't hold everybody's hand. The thing is, like, no, Jack's got a life. Yeah, I've got a life, and I can't be here 24/7, And that's why, Dennis took a break off FPR recently. We've done our best to get one of the new rookies. What's his name? Sorry, and no disrespect, I've just legit forgot his name. No, not. Oh, I know, right? I mean, the like brand new guy that's just literally come in with his name begins with an E. It said, I can't think of Jockey or something weird like that. I don't know. Yeah.
He's got a weird name.
Yeah.
Okami? Is that who you're talking about?
Maybe. The guy with a weird name that I can't
the guy with the weird name, because he PM'd me the other day, or he PM'd the box the other day looking for somebody to build a feud with. I pointed him towards captain since I was like, he's new, so just maybe talk to him or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think we need more guys like that.
Yeah, but that's good, and it's good that you're doing that, and it's good that he's reaching out for a feud, But I mean, like I say, we've had Rex coming off Turmoil and H2O coming off, right? And they've been like our two, rookies that stuck by and kind of got OCW and are kind of, both doing well for themselves. So, it is what it is. We always get people come in, and some people succeed and some people don't, and sometimes we get less in. I mean, we had a lot of people come in last year that are not really here anymore.
Shout out to the convoy.
Yeah, and like to Ragnarok, there's only really Cassidy Hayes now. I mean, Nathan Carter's on, and I know Trey is, but they're not, around like to have got their name out there.
Cactus, can you believe we did the favors for Convoy? Now they're not around.
I can't believe we did half this stuff with you just spewing things out there. We always did some crazy fun stuff, but yeah, I mean, I still remember being in a wheelchair. So, so two questions as we kind of start to point in the right direction. I know Leon wants to say a couple more things, maybe if we haven't covered your agenda.
Just one more, I think. But I'll get into that in a second.
If you can make some changes today, like what's the one thing that you would want to see happen for us to get that momentum back?
Well, pretty much what I said at the start. Just don't just try not to take everything to heart. Like I know it's hard sometimes, especially Rich coming from me, because like I say, I've been triggered by people like you before. But you just got to enjoy it. At the end of the day, there's cliques of people, they're going to say whatever they want, and that's not going to change. But if you enjoy being here, then just enjoy being here. Constructive criticism is great, and sometimes you're going to get constructive criticism, and it's how you deal with it that's going to change whether because some people out there actually generally just want you to get better, and that's why obviously they've done that to me before. Like, I'm not the best writer. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just want people, to enjoy it, not take everything dead seriously, because that's it. It's supposed to be a hobby, OCW, at the end of the day.
Yeah, find the people.
We can have a whole show about that word constructive, but that's another conversation. How about you, Jack? What do you like to see the one thing change?
The one thing change, new blood. Bring some new people in. Everything else has been touched upon, so bring in new blood. We desperately need it.
All right, Leon, what's that one thing that we want to cover before we wrap this thing up?
I'm just, when you have a memory blank, that's what's happening to me.
So let me ask you this. What do you feel like there is any onus on people who are not rookies, people that have been part of Turmoil, champions, whatever, to take people under their wing and help make this a better show? Or do you feel like it's just survival of the fittest and guys have to go out there and fight if they want to be here?
I think that's what it's more, like I say, people have schedules and are busy and just don't have I try to help people. Like, I try to give Prince a few pointers and look what happened to him, and the same with people like, Jet, for instance, and, you try and help him out, but he just can't help but open his mouth and say stupid shit. There's only a few lines of things that you can do to help people, but we can't hold everybody's hand, and it's not just...
We started a school forum, and out of 6 people, Rex is the only one that made it. So there's only so much you can do. If you're a vet, if you find somebody you like, please take them under your wing and make them better. But don't feel obligated to do it. We've all wasted too much time on too many people.
Yeah. And that's where Jay's at now, and that's why, everyone's like, oh, Jay, but that's just how Jay is, I'm not a hungry Hispanic like he is, but, he's been done this shit for 12 years, and that's what I mean, and I've been here for about 10 of them. It is difficult because we've all got jobs at the end of the day, and we all have, our lives, and we just can't mollycoddle everybody. So, but yeah.
No, it makes sense. So here we are. I mean, it's a weird place to be, especially this is supposed to be our peak. And I've been really busy with life. And so today I had the day off. I plan on catching up on the last 3 shows that I really haven't. I just got to scan. I haven't really got to watch any of them.
That's what I was going to say. If this goes out before Turmoil, I've been having issues with the site. So if the show doesn't go up tomorrow, that's kind of why. That's you, Dennis. More to you.
Here's another question for you, since Dennis has been a popular subject here. Our 2 really big dogs here, Dennis and Sophia, have been relatively quiet. Dennis almost non-existent recently in Turmoil chat. Is that just life, or is there something up with him? Is he taking a break?
I think, I'll just talk a little bit and then I'll let Jack. But Dennis is just Dennis. He's done quite a lot over the last couple of months, so I think he's probably just having a little chill time to himself, maybe playing different games. I kind of told him, I think you should ease up a little bit, because the thing is, when you just hammer OCW, you just burn yourself out. So sometimes you need to take a little step back, and I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, anybody can bitch at Dennis all they want, but he's the hardest working person here
Yeah.
by far. You can't knock him for that. Uh, I don't know about his personal life, why he might not be around, but on the cards, I'm specifically not booking him for a while just because I want to give everybody else a chance to kind of elevate themselves before the guy that's just kicked everybody's ass comes back home to roost. I really wanted everybody else to have, a couple of months to build up, get better before Dennis Black, who he's got the title. He's eventually coming back, guys. Get better. He's coming. That's why he hasn't been around on the cards. I just didn't want him murdering people.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
think
the thing.
anybody who wants to criticize Dennis is an idiot because him and Sophia are just they're one of the main reasons that Turmoil's here. So
Yeah, well, it's kind of true, and that's the thing. Dennis takes a lot on the chin, but the thing is, I can rely on him. If a match doesn't happen, I can rely on him to do a match sort of thing. Just within like a day, to get stuff done. And that's like he's kind of like the top guy at the moment. He is the champion. I know he's undefeated, and even like Jack and me want to see someone beat him, but it's just not happened yet. But you don't need to get disheartened. It happens. We have our top dogs. The Nate was a top dog in the day for a long time. I was, but definitely done a lot for Turmoil, and that's why he's at that level now. But I think he does help a lot of people out. That's why he's taken a little break from FPR, because he was doing too much, and that's why he's just having a little step back now, maybe playing some other games.
All right, last question before we give it your closing thoughts. What do we expect to see on the next Turmoil that's coming out?
Which one is the next one coming up? I'm always so confused as to what time's airing.
Yeah, one
or 2?
161.
Yeah. So what do we expect to see without any spoilers?
And we are looking at a build-up to Resolution, really. We've got Building versus Austin Lee in the main event, so it's going to be an interesting one. What else have we got? We've got Jacob Trance versus Jackson Montgomery. We've got sorry, this is where my brain goes blank. So, Jack, this is where you're supposed to go, you come in and save the day,
Yeah,
because...
I'm sitting here trying to find my card, and I don't have it saved anywhere. It's just on the site.
We've got
your top 2 matches there, great. Austin, he is right there, is trying to just scrape his way into the main event scene. Dude's been here, Jesus, how long has he been around this site? Like 7-8 years, off and on?
Well, Austin was his alt originally. His main's been Seth Irvine, which doesn't mind me saying, because obviously everybody knows that now. But Austin's like one of the funnest characters I think he's really got behind. So, he's a hard-working guy. He's just not had this breakout moment yet. But that's been because he's not, kind of like Jack. Jack is great at RPing. But, when it comes to playing the game, sometimes you just don't always pick that skill up straight away, or it comes in time. Because, probably Jay can back me up with this one, but, we had someone called Guy Foster back in the day, and he was just amazing. That his RPs were just quality. You just have you laughing and being tears all the time, but he sucked. He just couldn't buy a win, and then all of a sudden, he just beat everybody. He went from, losing every match to, being, undefeated, I think, in 2007. It was ridiculous. And, that's just...
Go ahead.
I don't know. That's what I was going to touch on. I just remember what I was going to say before when I forgot now. That's another thing what a lot of people say, and it's something I mentioned to Pew yesterday. OCW is a lot about entertaining, which obviously we read Gentleman Jack's RPs and we laugh, and people like Jay's and Dupree's, but not everyone has got the skill of having that humor that everybody else has. I know I don't have it, there's a lot of people that don't have it, and that's why some people don't write. But there's other things for you, for instance, Cactus, you might not be as good at the game as everybody else, but you brought together a show that you put on Turmoil every single week, and you made it, and Jay loves it, he's behind it, all the Riot guys enjoy it, it's the watering hole. And that's what I mean, you just got to find your little, you find something that works for you. You don't. If everybody was the same in OCW, it's like the people say in the real world. If everybody was the same, the world would be a boring place. That's why I have really good matches. And when people are in the viewing parties and stuff like, oh, Leon, and that's where I get over, because I'm not that good at writing. So, and that's what people just need to find what works for them. And sometimes you can try too hard at something that you're not good at, so work on something else. Like Dennis, for instance, he has Madison. So Matt Ham writes all his RPs. Although he is kind of a good writer, his best work is when he does his videos, his promos. I mean, I've not seen anyone do promos like Dennis can. You just watch his promos like before the hype, and it's just amazing. And he's even put me on their pedestal now of like, right, I need to up my video quality, and I need to up, be doing stuff like he can do, because but that's what I mean. It's just finding your own little niche, really, of what you're good at. But don't try and be like not everyone's a Tiberius Dupree, not everybody's a Versus, not everyone's a Gentleman Jack. Just find what works for you and stick with that and make it your own. And that's pretty much.
I'm working my tail off to get better at this game. It just hasn't shown on actual show matches. It's so funny. It's like
preach to the choir, my brother.
I lost against my future investment, and then we DM'd like 2 days later, and I just hammered him. And I'm like, where was that like 3 days ago? That would have been nice to have. So I know Lucian's coming up. We're going to take a little break after that. How long a break?
Should just be a week, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a week, but I was like, I want 2 weeks. I just want to be kind of selfish and be like, I need 2 weeks away. But no, I think it's.
Have we thought about moving to a 10-day schedule instead of 7-day? Buy you a couple extra days there.
No, we're the cards are going up earlier now. I mean, that's the thing. Me and Jack are a pretty good team. We get shit done, and that's why we're keeping Jack a secret. But we did when a lot of criticism went out about the cards. That's why Jack decided to. Well, I kind of want to speak out a bit more why I'm doing the cards. So, But no, I think we've got a good system. We're just having one break evolution period just for everybody because we're all going to need it. Because I mean, Riot's on a break after this week, so they kind of have a 2-week break for Riot. But it's going to be like it's Jay's entire weekend he's got to put into resolution, because that's the thing. These shows, I mean, it takes up so much time for Jay and it takes up so much time for me. People just don't realize how much goes into these shows. When we put them up, it can be hours worth. Yeah. So that's why we.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's why we need these little breaks, even for us, just now and again.
So. Well, Jay, if you listen to this, my last pitch, let me on Lucian card. I owe Bray an ass whipping. All right, he owes it to me. He's got to let me do that. So if you let me do that, great. Jay has pitched another idea to me. I don't know that it would work that great with the way our shows do, but I'm going to put some stuff together and throw it at Jay, see what he thinks. So closing thoughts. What do you two think? We got 161 coming up, 162. I think even are we going to go 163 before Lucian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
so
the only thing instead of
2,
doing
and
the
3,
10-day.
and then Lucian.
I'm sorry, I was talking over you. What'd you say, man?
I just 161, 2, and 3, and then Lucian. Closing thoughts.
Go on, Jack. Or you, brother?
You've seen my closing thoughts, man. It's Lucian season. Put your work in. Bring in new people. Let's try to make it.
Yeah, what Jack said, this is the time to step up. Now, if you want to get noticed, if you want people talking about you, everyone should be going into Lucian with the mindset of, I'm going to have the best match. You should be wanting to beat Nate versus Drago, for instance, the likes of Dennis and Matsuda. Just go out there, be you, and just steal the show.
Well, Cacti Mania is ready to be at Lucian. I just got to talk Jay into it. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. There's no pressure on this, but I love having Bray. Just, Bray's got to earn that trust back. Love to have Bray back on the show. But I just kind of had this idea that you two also have like this really unique opportunity that if we ever wanted to do these shows, you want it to be on the show, even if it's like a brief recap and then like storyline and then pump up the next show. You guys kind of know what's going to happen, or at least what the cards are going to look like and what you're thinking. You're more than welcome to come on the show, kind of get some momentum, some hype. Like, I think that's what we're lacking is like, and maybe it's because we have a dual champ that just no one can touch. And so that like momentum and that hype and that energy has kind of gone away a little bit. But you guys are more than welcome to tell me what your schedule is and we can figure it out together and get you on the show and you can hype up Turmoil.
One thing I'll try to do to help you guys out a little bit more is like how we've got the 163 card up, 2-3 weeks early. If at all humanly possible, I'll try, instead of doing the 10-day thing, I'll try to get your cards up early, or at least if I know a match is coming come to you guys privately to say, hey, you're going to be doing this in 3 weeks. Take your time, get it done now. And now that I can talk to you guys, maybe we can get that more out in the open, because I totally understand time constraints. So I'll see if I can start helping you guys out on that some.
Well, there you have it. Leon, Jack, thank you for being on the show with me today. We're going to get this edited up, put it out there, let people listen to it. I'm all about Turmoil. I'm all about OCW. I've been running a Madden community for 16 years. I know what it takes to put these types of things together, and so I'm all in here. Anything I can do to help, that's what I want to do, and that's why I'm doing this kind of stuff here. But I appreciate you guys taking time out of your Friday afternoon to be on the show.
Thanks so much, Cactus.
Yep, thank you. Take it
All right,
easy.
Guys. Peace out. We'll see you later.